Hello, good afternoon, students. Today I want to show you how journal entries are prepared, then revaluation account and balance sheet. But for this, see, I'm going to take a particular example from the textbook. This is on page number 140, question number 11. Okay, journal entries I'm going to show you first, then revaluation account. All right, this is page number 140, question number 11. All of you keep this textbook open. Question number 11 says, Manju, Prabha and Meena are partners of a partnership firm. Their profit and loss sharing ratio is 5:3:2, and they want to change their profit loss sharing ratio to 3:2:1. So decided to reevaluate their assets and liabilities. And the balance sheet of their firm as on 31/3/2017 is given here in the question. Okay, there is capital and there is current account also. Okay, capital is also given and current account is also given, the balances of current account. Then liabilities and current liabilities and assets are given, and then finally below the table, below the balance sheet, additional information in the form of 6 or other 7 adjustments are given. Okay, so our journal entries will begin from there. Look at the first one. The value of land building is to be increased by 25%. Now land and building in the balance sheet is given as 1 lakh. 25% of 1 lakh is 25,000. So land and building has increased. So when asset increases, okay, I'm writing serial number because no date is to be mentioned here. Serial number 1, when asset increases, it is debited. So land and building, okay, land building account has been debited by how much? 25% of 1 lakh is 25,000. So 25,000 rupees debit. Okay, and what do we credit? I told you the other account will always be revaluation account. So to revaluation account, to revaluation account is credited with the same amount, 25,000. Okay, I'm not going to write being just now. Okay, you can write here, keep the blank space. Being the value of land has increased by 25%, okay, or 25,000, that can be written here, being, okay, the value of land has increased by 25,000. Number 2, the second entry says the value of furniture is to be reduced by 10%. So it's opposite of this, it is reduced, asset is decreased. So the entry will be reverse of this. The value of furniture is to be reduced by 10%. Furniture is given as 30,000, 10% of 30,000 is 3,000. So revaluation account is debited now. Revaluation account, because asset is decreased, revaluation account we debit by how much? 10% of 30,000 is 3,000. So 3,000. And to furniture account, because it is furniture, so to furniture account credit the same amount, 3,000. Okay, and being, you can write being furniture has been reduced, or furniture is reduced by 3, the value of furniture is reduced by 3,000 rupees. This is being. Okay, then third entry, third one says the value of machinery is to be kept at 80%. Now you can see the machinery is 50,000. So 80% of 50,000 is 40,000. So you want to keep the machinery at 40,000, which means machinery has decreased by 10,000. Machinery has decreased by 10,000. So revaluation account will be debited. Remember, asset is decreasing. So revaluation account, okay, debit how much? By 10,000. Revaluation account is debited by 10,000. And to machinery account, machinery account is credited. Okay, so machinery account credited with the same amount of money, 10,000. Okay, remember, if asset increases, if asset decreases, asset decreases, then again you can write being the value of machine has reduced or decreased by 10,000 rupees. Simple being. Okay, there is nothing to be written complicated here. Fourth one, the book value of closing stock is 5,000 more than its market value. Remember, we have to write market value, but market value is less by 5,000 and stock is an asset. So the value of stock has decreased, and therefore it is the same thing. Revaluation account. Remember, stock is an asset. Its value has decreased by 5,000 because its market value has decreased by 5,000. The book value of closing stock is 5,000 more, so its market value is less. So revaluation account debit by how much? 5,000 rupees. And to stock account, to stock account, okay, that is also 5,000 rupees. Again, from the entry you can write itself, being the book value of closing stock is rupees 5,000 more than its market value, exactly as it is given in the entry. Being the book value of closing stock is rupees 5,000 more than its market value. All right, so this is number 5. Total amount of 2,500 is to be kept for bad debt reserve on debtors. 2,500 is bad debt reserve, but in the balance sheet only 1,000 is there. So the difference is 1,500. So bad debt reserve is to be increased by 1,500. Remember, bad debt reserve is a liability. Bad debt reserve is a liability. So liability is increased. Okay, just the opposite of this. Okay, if asset increases, then we debit it. If liability increases, in the same way, if liability decreases, then we debit it. If liability decreases, then we credit it. So here, in the same way, revaluation account, okay, debit. How much? Because the difference is 1,500. You have to keep it as 2,500. So we have to increase it by 1,500 to bad debt reserve. Bad debt reserve. Bad debt reserve is 1,500. So being, again you can write, being total amount of 2,500 is to be kept on bad debt reserve for debtors. Okay, so bad debt increases by 1,500. This is fifth one. This is sixth now. An amount of 3,000 among the creditors is now not to be paid. Okay, so creditors are not going to be paid. So if creditors are actually liabilities, so liability has decreased now. If liability decreases because creditors are not to be paid, then we write creditors account here. It increases the profit. Creditors account debit. Remember, here liability has increased, here liability has decreased. Okay, so it has decreased by how much? 3,000 rupees. And to revaluation account. Remember, one account is always revaluation account. The other account is either asset or liability. And how much is that? The same amount, 3,000 rupees. Okay, being what? In the entry it says being total amount of 3,000 among the creditors is now not to be paid. Is now not to be paid. Okay. Seventh adjustment. Interest on bank loan for last 3 months is outstanding. Remember, 3,000 interest on bank loan is outstanding. That means liability has increased. Bank loan is an outstanding, but it is for 3 months. Now, if you look at it, it is 12% bank loan. Okay, bank loan is 12% on 30,000. So 12% of 30,000 will be 3,600. 3,600 for the whole year, but we want for only 3 months. So if you divide it by 4, you get 900 rupees. For 3 years, interest on bank loan is 900 rupees. And this 900 rupees is outstanding. And outstanding means liability has increased. If liability increases, just like bad debt reserve, okay, we get revaluation account here. Revaluation account is debited. With how much? 900 rupees. 3 months interest for 3 months, not 9,900. And 2, here interest on bank loan, 12% interest on bank loan for 3 months, and that is 900 rupees. All right, so here you get 900, this is 900. Being what? Being again, from the entry you can see interest on bank loan for last 3 months is outstanding, this. All right, so now I'm just completing the table here. Okay, this is the last one. This was adjustment number 7. This is the same thing that we are going to do for revaluation. These are the same entries. Once again, if asset increases, the asset is debited. If asset decreases, like in these two cases, second and third entry, asset second, third, both. Okay, second, third, and fourth. In second entry, third entry, and fourth entry, the asset value has decreased. The value of furniture has decreased. The value of machinery has decreased. The value of stock has decreased. Okay, so that means they were debited, or rather credited. And revaluation account, the other account is credited. Asset increases, asset decreases, asset decreases, asset decreases. Here liability increases, so liability is credited and revaluation account is debited. Liability increases, liability decreases, and here again liability increases. So you just have to see whether asset increases or decreases, liability increases or decreases. But remember only one thing: asset increases, land and buildings. So for example, asset increases, it is debited. The others are always opposite in that. Alright, so once you got the 7 adjustments and the 7 adjustments journal entries, now we have to also find out whether there is profit or loss for this from this one. Okay, if you see that how to calculate this profit and loss from revaluation account, we know that we have to calculate that. Okay, so for that I'm going to just show you how it is done. Say for example, let us just see here. If you look at revaluation account very carefully, see this is on the debit side. Okay, just to show it to you, see how we do it. Say this is your revaluation account without actually calculating revaluation account. Okay, this is your debit side and this is your credit side. Okay, total it up. Okay, if I want to total it up, you can see from here. Okay, okay, here now land and building and revaluation account is credit. How much? 25,000, first entry. So 25,000 I'm putting here. This you can do it mentally also afterwards. 25,000. Then this is revaluation account is debit. In the second case, 3,000 here. 3,000. Third entry revaluation account is debited 10,000. Okay, debited 10,000. Fourth entry revaluation account is debited for 5,000. Okay, then fifth entry revaluation account is again debited for 1,500. Okay, and then the sixth entry revaluation account is credited for 3,000, and seventh entry revaluation account is debit for 900. All right, now you can see here, if you look at it carefully here, from the journal entries, what I have done is revaluation account on the debit side. How many times it has been debited? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many times it was credited? Twice. Calculate the debit and credit for here. 25 plus 3, 28,000. This is the total of revaluation account of the credit side. On the debit side, you can see 10,000 plus 5 and 3, 18, 18,000, 18,000, 19,500, 19,500 plus 900. Okay, so that is 20,400. So 20,400. This is the total on the debit side. Which side is more? Credit. So that means there is credit balance. Credit balance means profit. Okay, that means there is profit. But how much profit is there? 28,000 minus 20,400. That is 7,600. Okay, 7,600. This is the profit. Without making the revaluation account, I have got the profit. 7,600. Okay, so 7,600 is the profit, and that will be your last entry here. So the last entry will be 7,600 in the journal. Okay, what is the last entry here? Now you can see here, journal entry number 7 is over. 8. Now there is profit of 7,600. When there is profit of 7,600, revaluation account is debited. So revaluation account debit for how much? 7,600, because that is the profit. 7,600. And 2, partners or current capital account. Okay, now in the balance sheet, capital account is given, but current account is also given. So the money will be transferred to current account. So to partners, current account. To partners, current account. To partners, current account. Okay, how much? Of course, each one, there are how many partners? Manju, Prabha and Meena. Manju, Prabha and Meena. Okay, each one The total amount of course of all three will be 7,600. So credit will be 7,600. But 7,600 is distributed in the old ratio 5, 3, 2. So 5, 3 and 2 ratio of 5, 3 and 2. So as I said 7,600, okay, 7,600 is distributed in the ratio of 5, 3 and 2, that is 5 and 3 and that is 10. So 1 upon 10 of 7,600, okay, that is 760 rupees. 760 multiplied by 5, 760 multiplied by 5, 760 multiplied by 3, 760 multiplied by 2. I hope you have understood this. 5 plus 3 plus 2 is 10. So calculate 1/10 of 7,600, that is 760. Now Manju is the first one, Manju, okay. The second one is Prabha. Prabha will get this much. And finally, there is Meena. Meena will get 760 into 2. So if you multiply, okay, 6 are 30, 5 7 are 35 and 3 38, 3,800. 7 3 6 are 18, 7 3 are 21, 2280 and 1520. Okay, these are the amounts that each one will get. So in our balance, rather in the journal entries, each one will get 3800, then 222280 and finally 1520. Okay, now this of course completes the journal entry, and then we write the total of all both the sides. Okay, total of this side will be the same, obviously. 25,000 plus 3, 28,000, 38,000, 43,000, 46,000, 47,000, 47,500, 47,500 plus 900, 48,000. Just have to calculate it instead of doing it mentally. 25 and 3 28, 38, 43, 43 and 3 46, 47,500, 47,500 and 900, 7 and 9 16, 16, 900 plus 7,600, 900, 900 plus 7,600, 0, 6 and 5 11 and 20, 9, 9 and 7 16, 4 and 1 5, 56,000, exactly 56,000. Obviously this is also going to be 56,000 because it is the same amount written everywhere. So this is going to be 56,000. So once again, let's understand this carefully. Okay, journal entries. First, where do we write journal entry? Of course the format is the same that you have learnt last year. Okay, there is no difference. This is page number 140, question number 11. Journal entries. First we can start with journal entries itself, then you can do the revaluation account, and of course this last entry will be very useful when you do revaluation account. First, serial number, because we are not going to write date. Okay, then particulars, ledger folio number, debit amount, credit amount. Now land is an asset. When asset increases, it is debited. When asset decreases, it is credited. The other account is always revaluation account. Then in the same way, when liability increases, it is credited. When liability decreases, it is debited. And just like number 6 and number 7. Okay, so number 5, liability has increased. In number 7, liability has increased, but in number 6, liability has increased, or liability has decreased, creditors. And after that, what you have to do, if you want to find the profit or loss, take the credit side. Here see revaluation account, this is credit. Then revaluation account, here you can see this is credit, and revaluation account, wherever there is credit, these are only 5, 3,000 plus 25,000, that is 28,000 on the credit side. Look at the debit side now, revaluation account, revaluation account, revaluation on second, third, fourth and 5. Their total we found out, the total of that was found to be 20,400. The difference between debit and credit, we found 7,600, and that was credit balance because credit side was more, so that means there was profit. So revaluation account shows the profit of 7,600. That is our last entry. When revaluation account is profit, then revaluation account is debited, and partner's current or capital account. In this case, it is current account. It is credited for 7,600 in the partner's profit sharing ratio. What is the profit sharing ratio? 5:3:2. This is what it is. Then total it. That's it. Okay. Journal entries are over. Now, in case in the balance sheet, if profit is given from the previous account, profit and loss is given there, then entry number 7 and then entry number 8 would be that. If also general reserve is given, then general reserve is also entered here in the same ratio, 5:3:2. All right. So that completes the journal. Now after that, the journal is complete. Now let's just see what we do is revaluation account. Now obviously revaluation account all of us have already done it once, but let me just do it for the sake of simplicity. All right. Revaluation account of the partnership firm of Manju Pratibha and Manju, Meena and Pratibha. Revaluation account of the partnership firm of Manju, Prabha and Meena as on 21 rather on 31/3/2017. Write the heading properly. Okay. The format is of course very simple. We have the debit side and we have the credit side. Particulars and amount. Particulars and amount. Okay, the same thing here, particulars and amount in rupees. Right, now we start entry. Now we already made the entries in the journal, so journal we can use it, otherwise it's the same thing. Land and building increased by, so here by land building account, amount increased was 25,000. Then furniture had decreased, so right here to furniture account. This was the second journal entry, to furniture account. See, I am seeing in the journal itself. Okay, I am looking at the journal because the journal is already prepared for. So furniture account 3,000. How much? Furniture account 3,000. Okay. Third entry was machinery, again decreased by 10,000. So to machinery account. Machinery had decreased by how much? 10,000. So we write 10,000 here. Then the third entry was, that was the third entry. Fourth entry, stock has again decreased by 5,000. So to stock account. How much? 5,000. Okay. Now liabilities. Fifth entry, bad debt had increased by 1,500. So to bad debt reserve account. Bad debt reserve account. How much? 1,500. And then creditors were not to be paid. So we write it on this side, by creditors account. How much? Okay, by creditors were not to be paid of 3,000 rupees. So 3,000 rupees. Okay. And seventh entry was interest on bank loan. Okay, interest on bank loan, again 900 rupees liability. So to interest on 12% interest on bank loan of 900 rupees for 3 months. 900 rupees. Alright. And then of course we made the total. Okay, the total. In the journal we have already done that. So we have to only do it once now. See, the total was 56,000. Or rather 25 plus 3, 28,000 on this side, because it was profit. This was more. Okay. And on this side, the difference was 7,600. So 7,600 was the profit. Okay. And this profit was to partners current account, because current account is given to partners current account. Okay, you can write profit to partners current account. You can write in bracket, and the ratio is 5:3:2. And the individuals were Manju. We have already done this in the journal, so you can just copy it from there. Prabha and Meena, the three individuals who were given money in the ratio in the partner's current account, 2,280 and 1,520. This much amount of money is given or rather paid to partner's current account. So now this is completed. You can see the same thing. If you do the revaluation account first and then the journal, it won't make any difference. But in your textbook, it is given that do the journal first and then the revaluation account. But you can see that this entry, okay, is prepared because already it is in the journal now. But if you do this one, the journal becomes easier. If you do the journal first, revaluation account becomes faster because both are basically the same. Both are done from adjustments. Okay. Remember, revaluation account in this case, the general reserve is not to be included. This is most important. General reserve not to be included. Profit and loss in the balance sheet not to be included. Profit and loss, if it is given in the balance sheet, it is not to be included. This must be very careful here. Journal entries are to be written for both this, okay, but not in the revaluation account. All right. So once we have prepared the revaluation account, then we want to see whether partner's current account. Okay, partner's current account. So let us see partner's current account now. Partner's current account. Current account. Now partner's current account, obviously, you see date is given, but in this case date is not given, so we are not going to write date. We're just going to write serial number if you want to write serial number. Okay, and then after that particulars, and then the partners. Partners are Manju, Meena, Manju, Prabha and Meena. Manju, Prabha and Meena. Okay, the same thing here. Particulars, I'm not writing serial number. Particulars, okay, then Manju, Prabha and Meena, the third partner. All right. Now what we do is simply balance by balance brought down. By balance brought down. Now what balance is brought down? If you see in the current accounts, Manju and Prabha and Meena. Okay, that 10,000, Prabha 20,000 and 9,000. Manju 10,000. Okay. Then Prabha 20,000. This is current account. Remember that. And Meena 9,000. Meena 9,000. Okay. Now what money is transferred? Remember there is in the balance sheet we are not given any profit or loss, so that is not to be distributed here. We are not given general reserve, that is not to be distributed. If general reserve is given in the old balance sheet in the question, then it should be written out here. Okay, transfer it in the ratio 5, ratio 3, ratio 2. If in the balance sheet profit and loss is given, which I don't see here in this case, then we don't have to distribute it. Otherwise 2 more entries would be there. And finally, of course, revaluation account, we had profit. Revaluation account profit was transfer to partner's current account. So I write down here by revaluation account. Okay, and into bracket I can write profit here. Profit in the ratio of 5, ratio 3, ratio 2. How much was that? Manju 3,800. 3,800. Okay, Prabha 2280 and 1520. Alright, so this gives us, there is no other entry on the debit side. On this side there is no other entry here on the debit side, only on the credit side. It's possible that 2 more entries would have come for general reserve and profit, but those 2 entries are not given in the balance sheet. So what do? Is we do the total. Okay, total here and total over here. Okay, 9,000, 10,520, 10,520. Okay, 22,280 and 13,800. 13,800. The same totals would come here. 13,800. Okay, then 2280. Remember the same totals would come here. Okay, and 10,520, 10,520 for all the 3. And here we write to balance carried down. The same amount, 13,800, 13,800, 22,280 and 10,520, 10,520, and then the balance carried down and we get the total. Alright, so we have prepared partner's current account, we have prepared revaluation account, we have made journal entries. Now let's find the balance sheet. This is the last part of it. Okay, so balance sheet, as I told you before, okay, when you prepare the new balance sheet, when you prepare the new balance sheet, remember what I told you, okay, that you must first just write down the balance sheet as it is given. Okay, just write it down as it is given here. In this case, liabilities are given and the amount of the liabilities. Amount of liabilities in rupees. This is your debit side, although there is no debit and credit because it is a statement. Okay, and this is your amount on the credit side or on the asset side in rupees. This is your asset. Remember, since this is like assets, okay, this is amount is written, but we don't really write debit and credit because it's a statement. Okay, balance sheet is not an account, it's a statement. We don't write buy and to and buy, we don't write that. Okay, now when we write this new balance sheet, what you have to do is make sure that we just write first as it is given. See, capital as it is given, this will be faster. Capital, what is given? Manju, Prabha and Meena. Okay, Manju, Prabha and Meena. Okay, and then the total and the amount. Then current accounts. Current accounts, again all three individuals, Manju, Prabha and Meena. Then their amount total. Then afterwards 12% bank loan. 12% bank loan. And then creditors. Creditors. After creditors, bills payable. Bills payable. Now look on the other side. Okay, land, building, machinery, furniture. Land and building, machinery, furniture. Land, building, machinery, furniture, investments. Investments. Okay, then closing stock. Closing stock. After closing stock, debtors. After debtors and bills receivable. Bills receivable. Then cash balance. Cash balance as it is. I've written all of them as it is. Okay, I've not put the amounts as yet. Now look at the adjustments. You see there is one adjustment, that is interest on bank loan, that is seventh one. Interest on bank loan for the last 3 months is outstanding, so just be careful with that. The amount among the credit is not to be paid. Total amount of 2,500 is bad debt reserve. Okay, so only interest on bank loan, that you will have to be careful. Interest on bank loan, you can add it with bank loan. Okay, for example, here you see bank loan is given as 30,000. Bank loan 30,000 plus outstanding interest on bank loan, which is 900. So 30,900 is bank loan plus outstanding interest on bank loan. All right, once you have done this, then you can make the total. Both the sides total should be the same if you have done it correctly. Okay, if there is no mistake in any entry, then now let's see the land and building. First of all, land and building had changed. The value of land and building increased by 25,000 and therefore it is 1,25,000. So this is 1,25,000. Okay, machinery, the value of machinery was 10,000 less. So it had become machinery, it become 40,000. Okay, machinery 40,000. Then furniture is to be reduced by 3,000. Okay, so furniture is given here as 30,000, it is reduced by 3,000, so furniture becomes 27,000. Okay, investments, there is nothing about investment, it is same as 50,000. There is no change in investment, 50,000. Then closing stock, yes, the book value of closing stock is 5,000 more than its market value, so it is reduced by 5,000. Okay, closing stock is reduced by 5,000 and therefore we will change it by 5,000 on the debit. That means closing stock is given as Closing stock is given as 40,000 minus 5,000 will be 35,000. Closing stock will be 35,000. Remember, we are not writing book value, we write market value only. Okay, and so therefore you must be careful about closing stock. Then debtors. Debtors is 25,000. Debtors 25,000. And the bad debt reserve is to be kept at 2,500. Okay, it's given the adjustment 2,500. So if I subtract it, I get 22,500. So 22,500, and then bills receivable. Bills receivable, there is no change, 5,000. Okay, and cash balance, no change, 40,000. All right. Then capital, and capital of course will remain as it is, 1,50,000. This is the capital, fixed capital account, 40,000. Again, no change, and 30,000, no change here in the capital, and therefore this will be 2,20,000. 2,20,000. There is no change here, but current account will change, because current account, you see, according to the revaluation account partners current account we had prepared. Okay, that account we just prepared just now, and partners current account says, just a minute, partners current account 13,800, that is Manju is 13,800. Then 22,280, 22,280, and 10,520, 10,520. Okay, so their amounts have increased. Okay, this is where the change has occurred. The amounts has increased, and therefore the total will just make the total just now. Bank loan creditors. Now the value of creditors, 3,000 was not to be paid, and here the creditors is given as 40,000. So 40,000 minus 3,000, minus 3,000 creditors, and you get 37,000. This is the value of creditors. Okay, then after that, bills payable. Bills payable 10,000, there is no change. Okay, bills payable. Now if you can see that there are no more entries left. Outstanding interest on bank loan I've already included out here, and there is no other entry which is left out here. Okay, and this total turns out to be, now let us see what is the total here. 0, 8 into 10, 8 into 15, 116, 3 into 5 and 1 6. Okay, 2 3 4, 46,600. Okay, this is the current accounts change. All right, now let us see whether we get the total correct here. This is the final one. 1,25,000 plus 40 is 1,65,000. 1,65,000. Okay, I'm not going to use the calculator. 1,65,000, 50, 70, 77,000, 77,000. Then 30 and 20, 50, 55 and 57,500, 57,500, and 5,000 and 40, 45,000. All right, so let us see the total now. 500 and 10, 17 and 7, 24. 15 and 5, 20, 24. 2 and 1, 3. 3,44,000, 3,44,500. 3,44,500. Okay, now let us see on this side. 2,20,000, 2,20,000 plus 46,600, 46,600, 30,900, 30,900. Then 37,000 plus 10, 47,000, 47,000. Now let us see here. 0, 0, 6 and 9, 15, 7 and 7, 14, 7 and 10 and 14, 3,44,500. Okay, now you can see there is no mistake in the balance sheet. Now you can see that this was a lengthy, although it was not required in the question, it does not say the prepare current account and all those things, but yet I have done it just to show you how important it is that you understand it. Okay, so once again, the question number, this is on page number 140. I want you to understand this question carefully. Page number 140, question number 11. 3 partners, Manju, Prabha and Meena. Okay, they maintain current accounts also, and therefore we prepared partners current account. Okay, first we did the journal. After the journal, we prepared revaluation account, then partners current account, and then new balance sheet. I want you to, if possible, try and download this video so that you can actually see it anytime. Even if there is no internet connection or the internet connection is very slow, you won't have to worry about your data plan. If you download it and then watch it again and again, rewind it, pause it, you will be able to get it much better. Okay, and try and understand this. The problem will not be more difficult than this one. All right, have a nice day.